Gives Back. I'm Nancy Bacci. With me today is Mother Gertrude from Little Sisters of the Poor. Thank you so much for coming on today. Our hope today is to really make certain that we're able to provide information to the Somerville community about the valuable work that is happening here, and I'm very happy that you're able to take time to join us today. I wondered if you could start with a bit of the history of the organization. How long has it been here in Somerville?
Actually, the Little Sisters of the Poor came to Massachusetts in 1883. We started out in Roxbury, and when that home was full, we opened a home here in Somerville, and that was around 1889.
Wow.
So we've been here for over 123 years. The old home had to be replaced in the 1970s, and so the facility that we have now was opened in 1978.
So again, it's amazing the sort of history you have here in the city and being able to see how the city has changed and progressed. And also I'm certain that's impacted the amount of care that has been required by this facility. I mean, there are certainly data now that shows people are living to be much more advanced age, which is a wonderful thing. However, they do at some point require, additional assistance. So it's wonderful that this facility exists. Can you share a little bit about the history of the saint?
St. John Shugan actually founded our congregation in 1839. She comes from a time right after the French Revolution. It was a time of extreme poverty for everyone, especially the elderly. And so after work, because she was poor, she had to work. After work, she would try to help the elderly in the neighborhood and take care of them as much as she could. One day she came upon an elderly, infirm, blind woman who had been cared for by her sister, and her sister died. So Jean Shugan took her home, carried her home in her arms, put her in her own bed, and in a sense, that winter of 1839 was the birth of our congregation.
Sounds like quite a remarkable woman. It's one thing to see a problem that exists. It's something very different to become engaged on that level.
Yes. Yeah, she was extraordinary. Like all founders and foundresses, Jean Shugan was a very charismatic individual, extremely capable, very able to convince people to help her. So she was convinced that this was what God wanted her to do, and so she was very driven. She was very motivated, self-giving, very sacrificial, and because of that, the work flourished with God's blessing.
That's wonderful. Well, again, when someone has such a passion for something,
Yes.
it's a lot easier to really kind of bring others into it because they see how driven you are about it. So,
Yes. Yeah.
as we're sitting here on the grounds, the site is very beautiful. There's a lot of action always seems to be happening here. We know in the background the gentlemen are maintaining the lawn, so the facility always looks wonderful. Could you talk a little bit about the different buildings that are here?
We have a continuum of care. By that I mean we have low-income housing, and then we have what would be considered assisted living and a small skilled unit. The Little Sisters were really never founded to care for acutely ill elderly or run nursing homes. We were founded to take care of the elderly poor in a very home-like family environment, and we've tried to do that for 170 years. Although we're faced with a lot of federal and state regulations, we try to faithfully comply with them, while at the same time holding on to the spirit of Jean Shugan, which was to create a family spirit. We do have a lot of staff, but we're able to help the staff understand what that means, to give them quality care, but not in a medical setting, in a family-like social setting.
Now, how many residents do you have here?
We have 110 elderly residents between the apartment house and the home. The home is a 6-story building. The convent is right within the home because we're really here 24/7 to take care of the residents. And we don't do it alone. We have 110 employees.
Oh, that's wonderful.
On the 3 shifts, about 50% of them are part-time.
Excellent. So you said, the focus is really providing a more home-like, socialized setting. So what steps do you take to make certain that that happens for your residents?
Well, usually we take the elderly in when they're well, and that's only because we do have a very small skilled unit. We keep those beds for the elderly within the house, so it's not often that we're able to take someone from the outside who really needs skilled care. Our residents become part of our family. We try to treat them as if we would our own, and so we want to make sure that we can take care of them until the end. And so that's pretty much why we do keep the skilled beds for the residents within the home. Assisted living is just that. We provide support systems for the elderly so that they can stay as independent as possible for as long as possible. And we do also do that with the low-income housing. They are independent, but they can come over for meals. We take them shopping once a week. If they get sick, we take them over to the nursing home and care for them, help them to get back on their feet and back to their apartments.
Wonderful. So it really does seem like it is having the best of both worlds, because you're able, as a resident, you're able to maintain that sense of pride that goes along with being independent and self-sufficient, but also knowing that all of these other additional resources are right, 2 seconds away from you when needed. And the option of coming over for a meal, which increases your socialization, because as we know, isolation is a huge concern for the senior population. So having that opportunity for the interaction is wonderful.
Yes.
So I had seen some of the seniors at Mayor Curtatoni's senior picnic, and they had, I chatted with a few of them. They had nice things to say about the residents, really seemed to enjoy the opportunity to get out, socialize with other seniors as well. So are there events and activities like that that occur on a regular basis?
Yes, lots of activities, because we have to meaningfully engage the elderly. And that's a big challenge because we have different levels of care, in that we have residents who are very independent, able to participate in a lot of, very good activities and going out, and then of course there are others who are in wheelchairs and who do suffer from dementia, so we have to try to reach them all. So as far as I'm concerned, activities is one of the most important departments in the house.
That's wonderful. Now, one of the things, and just in my opinion, that I feel Little Sisters is so well known for is your annual bazaar.
Yeah.
People look forward to it every year. You can kind of set your clock by it. You know that it's coming up. So have you scheduled a date for this year?
Yes, our bazaar this year will be November 13th. It's actually one of two major fundraisers. We have another fundraiser called the Black Tie on September 30th, and that will be at the Boston Harbor Hotel. That'll be from 6:30 to 8:30. And we only have those two major fundraisers a year. Most people think that Medicare and Medicaid provide the financial needs of homes like our own, but actually that only takes care of our payroll. So we really need to raise several $1 million a year to keep our home going.
Wow, that's quite a substantial amount of money.
It's also a tribute, I think, to the people of Somerville and Massachusetts, because, as I mentioned, we're here 123 years, and the people have always supported us.
Well, Somerville's a very welcoming place, so it's nice. And you're set right in the midst of a really nice area. There's a lot, I think, just foot traffic where people may see, become familiar with the residents, just walking by or waiting for a bus, or as I said, frequenting it for the bazaar. Now, a little bit about this other fundraiser you said that's happening in September. Is this a new one, or is this something that you've done in the past as well?
We've done it in the past. This is on a smaller scale, but this is our 8th year, and we call it the Black Ties. So, as I said, it's just one of the two major fundraisers we have a year, and we really count on it to be successful.
Excellent. And if people are interested in purchasing tickets, do they call the residents here, or can they stop by and find out more information?
Both. We also have a website. Excellent. And it'll be posted on the website, and eventually they'll be able, if they're interested, to get a ticket directly from the website.
Oh, very good. Now, touching a little bit upon that, as you said, this facility has been here for quite a while. I'm certain upkeep, maintenance, repairs. If someone was looking to make a donation, whether it be monetary or in kind, what would be the best way to take care of that?
They could just put a donation in the mail if they wish. That really is the best way, but our doors are always open. If they wanted to stop by and drop it off, we would welcome them.
Excellent. And if you're looking for volunteers, as you know, Somerville is a very civic-minded, civic-engaged city. People are often looking to really help out in a way that feels meaningful to them, and this seems that could be a good opportunity for a number of people. So do you have specific needs that volunteers would be able to meet, and if so, are there special skills required of your volunteers?
We will welcome anyone who is interested in volunteering. We do like to know what their interests are, because there are just so many things that need to be done around the home. There's outside gardening that needs to be done. We have a large laundry, a big kitchen. As I mentioned, activities is one of the most important departments for me. We always are trying new activities, getting the residents meaningfully engaged, visiting the residents one-on-one, taking them out for a short walk when the weather is nice. So it just depends on a person's interests, their skills, and what they would enjoy doing.
Right. Well, there certainly seems to be a lot of opportunities here, because I think sometimes when people consider volunteering, some people may shy away from a large commitment, but as you said, it's something as simple as coming, taking a resident, out just for a little stroll, get some fresh air, or, work on a puzzle with them,
That's
or
right.
I'm sure there's a lot of opportunities like that.
There are, yes.
Excellent. So I know this year you participated in the Summer Streets event that we
Yes,
had
we
on
did.
Highland Ave,
Yes, we
which was
did.
really, I think, a nice tie-in, to kind of connect on another level with the city as well, and where it kind of brought, you right out into the street. That also increases the profile a bit. So what sort of feedback did you hear about that with the participation in Summer Streets?
I thought it was a great turnout. A lot of people stopped by to say hello, and I think it was great for, in a sense, getting people to know us more. Although we've been here for so long, there are so many, surprisingly, people who will say that they really don't know who the Little Sisters of the Poor are or what we do. So I think events like that are just great.
Well, it's great that you were able to participate and do that, and like I said, being featured on the show, any way to help promote the work that's being done. So, the residence has been here a really long time. You're a critical part of the city of Somerville. So I think anytime you're able to participate really helps to deepen the relationship between the city and the important work that's being done here. So we're very happy to have you on, and however we are able to assist in promoting the work that you do. So I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to come out today for your busy day and sit here and enjoy the sunshine and get to spread the good word about the important work that you're doing. Thank you again.
And thank you.
Thank you for watching Somerville Gives Back. We hope you'll stay tuned in the spring to see our next installment. Thank you.